Videos like these are made possible thanks to your generous Patreon.
Be well prepared when they come for you. Mike Bacon and Foxy Jones in this episode of
Dead Block is a special game to me. Back when I first got a PS3, Dead Block was one of the best demos I played. It was a refreshing concept, even for a zombie game. You're not Rick Grimes, you're overweight Boy Scout Mike, construction worker Jack, or fierce but way out of her depth mall cop Foxy. They're the sort of characters who typically die in the first 10 minutes of a horror movie, except this time they beat the odds through ingenuity and slapstick humor. The gameplay itself is just as uncharacteristic of the genre. Melee combat and traps are the name of the game. Only one character ever unlocks a ranged weapon that does damage, and it's limited by a recharge timer. Since most of your melee strikes offer pitiful damage, you have to lure enemies into traps. Except rather than styling itself as a tower defense, Dead Block goes one step further. You plant your traps at every window and doorway, no matter the location, opening up all sorts of tactical options. Each character gets 3 unique traps, such as a frost cannon, an ultraviolet agent gate, or a timed bomb. The heroes also share a resource pool, smashing and looting each location for crafting materials. Oh, and did I forget to mention you can swap between each of them like it's Lost Vikings? Because you can! And it's amazingly intuitive. Your partners will keep looting automatically and defend themselves, so you can leave them in rooms to either guard or loot while you explore on your own. Everyone also gets a unique ability that upgrades over time, and they're best used in tandem. You might lure enemies with Mike's hamburger lure, then lock them in place with Jack's nail gun. Foxy's taser is most lethal, but is best used sparingly. It's fortunate to have so many options, as the game's main objectives are where repetition can set in. You've got 2 possible main objectives to fulfill. You'll either loot 3 pieces of an electric guitar so that you can force the dead to dance to death, or you'll kill enough zombies to charge a Zombotron to electrify them all thoroughly. Of the 2, playing guitar has the lion's share, leaving you to rummage through everything to find all 3 pieces, and then play a quick rhythm minigame to start jamming out tunes. While each objective type works, a little more variety would have done wonders. To Dead Block's credit, all the levels are dense and varied, with an impressive amount of zombies on screen. Whether played solo or through local co-op, the campaign has some serious bite to it, and multiple ways to approach any given scenario. Developer Candy Gun took on a delicate balance of complexity and simplicity, nailing a fresh concept back when independent games were still few and far between. This isn't to say everything's perfect. The game feel can be a bit too stiff at times, especially when breaking down objects. Certain aspects are never fully explained, like the super boost power-up that appears without warning and seemingly has no reason to exist. It's useful in a pinch, but wholly random. One stage set in a 3-story building is easily the weakest. Go figure, zombies aren't created navigating stairs! Herding the dead up steps gets old fast, which is never a problem in ranch-style abodes. Far as a story, there really isn't one. Plenty of cutesy intro cinematics establish the setting, whatever new enemies like giants or soldiers are introduced, and who you can play as, but you'll be hard-pressed for more than that. Our 3 heroes are near mute, despite clearly having voice actors. Instead, the soundscape is purely diegetic ambiance mixed with zombie growls. To Dead Block's credit, they got the band Vampire State Building to provide several tunes, most notably their song 1999 Hot as the game's main theme. Every time the tune starts, you feel a rush of relief as the dead rave to the grave. It captures that mid-century rock aesthetic of the 50s beautifully. Overall, Dead Block still holds up, especially considering its age. I mean, okay, graphically, sometimes the main character's faces look hideous, but besides that, the aesthetic's fantastic, especially the goofy zombie designs. The sound design's perfectly cheesy as well. It'd be a perfect backwards compatible title for the Xbox if it hadn't been delisted. Which, yeah, we gotta address that. As of this recording, it's still available on PS3 via PSN and on PC through Gamersgate. The PC option is DRM free, but the PS3 option has access to a DLC pack with extra stages. These stages are worth it. They match the quality of the main game. They feature bigger and more unusual buildings to navigate, plus the free demo on PSN is the full game download, so if you give it a download and you like it, you only have to wait for an unlock key to download to get the full experience. There used to also be a PC demo, but the original listing on the game's website gives an error. I'm not sure how much longer the game will be available for purchase, so if this review interested you, I'd recommend grabbing it now. Sadly, developer Candy Gun went under not long after the game's release. I wish they had gotten the chance to make more, and I hope that they didn't give up on the industry as a whole. I hope they're still out there making games. Seriously, if you're a person from Candy Gun, hit me up. I have so many questions about this game. As for publisher Digital Reality, they followed suit, closing only a few years later. As a result, the listing could fold at any time. Critical reception was somewhat mixed towards Dead Block at release, to the point that I feel that they were unnecessarily unkind. I've played several zombie titles with way less charm and personality that got a passing grade, and Dead Block outmatches them easily. The objectives themselves could use more nuance, but the gameplay has staying power all on its own. So yeah, give it a whirl. You're able to find a copy before it becomes dead blocked.